can see where we're camped. That's my tent right there, the little white speck. Glad to see it. It's not blowing down the side of the mountain. The dark woods. Alright guys, I'm headed back out. It's been about, I don't know, 2 months since my last trip. A little longer than I would typically like, but things are just kind of busy at home and at work, so I haven't had a chance to get out as frequently as I would like to. I'm actually headed to Roan Highlands, right there on like the North Carolina-Tennessee border. I'm going to meet Bracken there. We're going to be doing just like a quick overnight hike. I think it's about 13 miles or so. We're going to be hiking from Carvers Gap to essentially Highway 19E. The entire trip will be along the Appalachian Trail. We're actually meeting at a hostel. It's called Mountain Harbor Hostel, right off of 19E here. We're going to park the cars there, and they're going to shuttle us to Carvers Gap. So we brought the tents this trip. We're planning on camping out on a bald here in the Highlands. There's lots of balds with expansive views really throughout this whole hike. So decided to bring the tent so we don't have to worry about finding a place to hang. This will be my third time in Roan Highlands. Last time I was there, I think, was about 2 years ago with David. So really looking forward to it though. Roan Highlands is a gorgeous area, and it's a great spot to go if you're looking for moderate hiking, nothing too strenuous other than a couple of climbs. But just amazing views really throughout the whole trip. So we're going to have near perfect weather too, which is great. I think the highs are going to be mid upper 60s, lows down to around 50. Might be a little bit windy. It typically is up on those balds in Roan Highlands, but we're not too worried about that because of the mild temperatures. So that's the plan. I'm gonna keep driving here. I've got about 30 minutes to go before I'm at the hostel. Meet up with Bracken, and then we'll check back in. All right, we've made it to Mountain Harbor Hostel. A lot of cars here. More than I was expecting for a random Tuesday. If I didn't mention earlier, yeah, it's the middle of the week, so.
The one guy for Hughes?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not sure if I should do you first or after. Probably first, because I gotta go all the way up to the high knob also.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that'd probably be better. So this is, the backwoods. They sure don't look like hikers. Yeah. It's like, guys, no,
All right, along with about 1,000 other people, we're at Carvers Gap. Most of them are day hikers, I believe, going up to these balds here for some easy views. It's about the same for me. I brought one like thin layer of pants because these are like nothing.
Yeah. Glad I wore long pants.
All right, first little climb is out of the way. It's very easy hiking starting out here because it's kind of a touristy spot, but it's beautiful. There's a reason why it's popular.
Trail fact, this is where the Sound of Music was made.
Looks like it. Alright, we're going to be heading up that bald, and then we're going to drop down that way and around, and I think that's Little Hump Mountain right there, and that's Big Hump Mountain, so we'll assess the situation when we get closer, but I think we're going to camp on one of those. So there are a lot of people out here, but most of them look like day hikers. It's the middle of the week on a Tuesday, but I assume we're still going to have probably people camping near us at least tonight. But I think this is going to thin out once we get past this last bold here. All right, we just topped that on the last bald here for the first part of the hike. I think we're going to start dropping down now a little bit towards like Stan Murray Shelter. And from there, we're going to head to Over Mountain Shelter, get some water, maybe eat some lunch, and then decide what we're going to do as far as where we're going to camp and how much water we're going to carry. It's beautiful. Water. All right, I was wrong. We have one more little climb here before we turn down the AT. Man, it's beautiful out here. Couldn't ask for better weather, really, especially considering it's June. All right, we're just making our way kind of through the woods here on the AT, making our way down to Stan Murray Shelter, I believe. Crowds have thinned out, as expected. Actually, haven't seen anybody on this portion of the trail yet. All right, no bears in here. Little shelter. If you're into that sort of thing. We are not. Just passed by the Stan Murray Shelter. There's about, I don't know, it was like a dozen people there.
Is that Johnny's
One group.
card?
Yeah. My name's in that shelter. I wanted to go in there and look, but I didn't
Oh,
want to interrupt. I signed it. Maybe next time. A little bit of a climb here, right after Stan Murray Shelter. It's not much. We've been going downhill for the past 2 miles or so, so it feels like something. It's beautiful out here, though. Still making our way through the woods here. I think we're coming up on Over Mountain Shelter soon. Stop there, have lunch, get water, and make our way to Little Hump. We've reached the turnoff for the Over Mountain Shelter here in Yellow Mountain Gap. So we're gonna go eat lunch there by the shelter and get some water, and then come back up here. This is the side trail here to over mountain shelter. Take this down a little ways, not far at all, before you hit the water source. Here we are at over mountain shelter. The shelter itself is closed for repairs. It's been that way for quite a while now. All right, we're doing lunch here at Over Mountain. Brecken's doing pepperoni wraps. I'm trying something new. This is like some kind of ready-to-eat Mexican rice with wild-caught tuna. Kind of a weird combo, but...
It's ready-to-eat rice?
Mm-hmm. 250 calories.
Seems weird.
15 grams of protein. That's not bad. I wasn't smart enough to take my lunch out of the bear can. I had to get all my stuff out of my pack. I'm sweaty on the back. All right, lunch is done. We're gonna get water here. I think we're gonna fill everything we have up because we're gonna be dry camping up on one of these bolds. So it's gonna be a heavy climb up to Little Hump Mountain from here, that's for sure.
With a full belly.
Yeah, with a full belly. I think I'm gonna have 4.5 liters on me, so yikes. All right, here's the water source. Flowing good. So begins the climb up to Little Hump. Man, the packs feel heavy. I went from carrying 1/2 liter of water to 4.5.
See the barn now?
There's the Over Mountain shelter down there. Climbing pretty quick here. Took us, what, about 10 minutes?
If that.
Yeah. Good deal. We are headed right there. It's Little Hump Mountain.
Fire starters that haven't burned. That's what that is.
Yeah. Must have been a wet night.
Too windy. Look at
Yeah.
all those matches. They can't get it to work. Digging into your lower back.
All right, we've all but topped out here. We just got to get up that. And then we'll be on top of Little Hump, I believe.
And then when we get up there, another.
Yeah. I keep telling Bracken that we were at the top there on that climb. At least 3 times. Oh, that wind feels good. We're going to be at camp pretty early. It's 3 o'clock now, probably by 3:30 or earlier. I guess that's not that bad. By the time we get camp set up, it'd be like 4:30.
We're in 10th, so it'd be like 3:15.
Yeah. Yeah. We're at the coldest point of the night, probably. All right, we're just hanging out here trying to decide what we're going to do. We really wanted to camp up on the bald. That was the whole idea of this trip. But it's pretty windy. So we've moved down to this area. It's a little more sheltered from the wind. The bald that we're thinking about is up there. Just trying to decide what to do. Either way, I mean, both are good campsites, I think. After 30 minutes of deliberation and really just relaxing, yeah, we decided to stay here and camp. I mean, it's still a great spot. We got a really great view of, you can see it kind of through there, Linville Gorge. And then we should have a great sunrise here tomorrow. And then sunset, we can just go up to the Bald tonight and check it out. Up that way.
If it's super windy while we're up there, so we made the right call.
Yep. If it's really calm, I'd be really annoyed.
Yep.
All right, just got camp set up. I'm in my Big Agnes Fly Creek UL2. 20-degree quilt. New rest pad and pillow. Zip this up, keep the bugs out. Bracken's back here a little ways. Blowing up his pad, it sounds like. What tent is this, Bracken?
Oh, I just lost all the air. It was a Z-Pax Hexamid Twin.
I like to
Hexamid Twin.
I like to ask Bracken questions as he's blowing up his pad.
Yeah.
I think we made the right call on this campsite. It's still pretty windy and it's only going to get colder, so. All right, we got some time to kill, so we're going to walk over this way, see what's up there. We came from like the woods right here and down this way.
Wait for this guy to pass.
Yeah, that's probably. I'm taking my stuff. Got another hiker coming up. Way down there. All right, we ventured over to this other bald. Really not much to see, just some campsites and tall grass. You can see where we're camped. That's my tent right there, that little white speck. I'm glad to see it. It's not blowing down the side of the mountain.
Somebody comes into. There's an acronym for that kind of flying when they're doing like low. Low flying.
All right, we're doing dinner with a view here. I've just got boring ramen. Did not get a backpacking meal this trip. Bracken's doing beef stroganoff
With noodles.
with noodles.
In savory, creamy mushroom sauce and onions.
Onions? I didn't know there was onions in there.
I didn't either.
Just watching the sunset here. It's almost 8:30 and the sun's still pretty high in the sky. We're thinking we probably got until at least 9 for daylight. It's beautiful though. All right, guys, I know you can't see much. It's getting kind of dark. We're about to head to bed. It's about 9:30. Surprisingly, we still have a little bit of light out here, but we're pretty tired, so we're gonna head to bed, and we'll see you in the morning. All right, good morning, guys. It's about a little after 7. Sun's up. It's a beautiful morning, so I think we're gonna get up and do some breakfast and coffee and just enjoy it. Pack up and hit the trail. I think we've got about probably about 5, maybe 6 miles to the car today. I'm thinking it'll only take us maybe 2 or 3 hours. We will see. Finishing up, packing up now, and then we're gonna start hiking. I checked the map. I think we've got about 6 miles to the car, so it might take us about 3 hours, I'm assuming. Only real big climb we have today is up Pump Mountain, and then after that it's mostly downhill, I believe. So it should be a good one. All right, if you guys couldn't tell, we've started hiking. We're going to kind of dip into the woods here in a second, and then drop down into Bradley Gap, then climb up Hump Mountain. It's beautiful. There's Hump Mountain in the background. We'll be climbing that in about an hour. Into the dark woods.
It's a lot warmer in here.
Wow, it is. It's like instantly 10 degrees warmer.
It smells like deer or something too.
That would make sense, I guess, since we've seen about 6 deer since we got to camp last night.
This is a very awkward way for you to be flying.
I don't know what Brecken's doing here, but I'm getting water.
Squeezing the boob.
There's the water source right down there. It's actually marked on the trail here. It was barely flowing though, man.
It is piped.
All right, there's doesn't really translate on camera. There's on camera me climbing. You can see how big it is. Just you can see that guy down there packing camp up. Ooh, it's muddy. But consolation is you get great views the whole way up on both sides. Yeah, we're making progress. Started down there, up that tree line, came around and up. Some of the guys behind us making way as well. We're going all the way up there. there, somewhere over there today, right on.
Yeah, it's
Yeah. Yeah, just a little hump right there. We were on the other side of that. All right, we're off the balds now, headed back down into the woods. I don't know how far we have to go. I think maybe 3 miles, 4 miles. Just making our way through the woods here on the AT. It's beautiful.
It was just like LGC.
Yeah, it does. The footing's not great, but
North of Friendly.
nothing too bad.
The canopy of the trees over here fooled me a second ago, and I thought there was a field beside us.
There's a little barn down there. And that's where the horse came from. I see the horses down there. All right, we are approaching Doll Flats here. Beautiful little area. Just a random field. This is the Doll Flats campsite. It's huge. Good for tents and hammocks. Just walking along the AT here in the woods. We've been descending for what feels like forever now. I think we got about probably, let's say 30 minutes, 20, 30 minutes left until we get to the car. All right, doing a quick road walk back to the hostel here, and we're done. Trip's over. Had a blast as usual, and we'll be back out soon, so we'll see you next time.